June 29th, 2026. Dear Hath Awake Me. Are you the type of person who can function on small amounts of sleep? You take a small nap and wake up completely energized. Typically, I am. I can run off of 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but even closing my eyes and sleeping for 30 minutes gives me superpower. I wake up with this pop of energy and I need to just go. Today that was not the case. After going to bed at 3 a.m. this morning, I'm exhausted. I slept great, but I was still on high alert from yesterday. Emotionally, I am just drained. I have nothing left to give anyone today. Anything and everything feels like an attack. I am fully aware that the less I sleep, the worse my mental health becomes. I begin to run on pure emotion. I hear things differently. I see things differently. I feel things differently. My husband ate without me. Obviously, he doesn't care to spend time with me. Logic mind says he was just hungry and he had asked me what I wanted to eat multiple times, in which every time I answered, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. Usually I have more time to decide, but not today. In DBT, we learn about wise mind, emotional mind, and reasonable mind, the 3 states of mind. Emotional mind is driven by feelings. Reasonable mind is driven by logic. And wise mind is the balanced intersection of them both. When I'm tired, I rarely use wise mind. My first thought is to always go to emotional. I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm sad. Run off of those emotions. And then I find I overcompensate by using reasonable mind. For example, when I get super depressed, all I can do is eat cereal. It's the easiest thing to make. Bowl of cereal, some milk, food. That's how it works in my head. One night, my husband said that I'd been eating a lot of cereal and that he wished I would eat something else. Emotional me said that he was telling me I was fat and that I wasn't eating the way I should and I wasn't being healthy. And then after I felt all of those feelings, I automatically reverted back to reasonable mind, which said, fine, I'll never eat cereal again. As if that was a logical response to that. You see, when my mental health gets bad, logic goes out the window. It's not about figuring things out and processing them. It's about getting these bursts of whatever it is out and leaving it all there on the table. But when I do that, I find that I become even more tired. It just hits me like a freight train, like I was fighting in a war, but with myself. So while I know that the best thing for me is to get some sleep, and I know that I should put that at the top of my list of things to get done, I know my medicine works better when I have the time to process it in my body. I don't do that. I can recognize what's best for me and still ignore it. I can know what's going to feel good, what's going to cause me issues, what's going to cause me to fight with my husband, to not get along with my kid, what's going to leave me in tears. And still, the most logical response to that is the one that I ignore the most. Now, is that an excuse to make the decisions that I make? No, but it doesn't make it any less true. In mental health, it becomes hard to do the right thing for yourself when you know you should. I find that when my mental health is struggling. It's hard to convince myself to take my meds. It's hard to convince myself to eat right and to exercise and to get out of my house. All systems seem to just shut down. How do you take care of yourself when it seems like such a chore? And then if it seems like such a chore and you don't take care of yourself, it doesn't get better. So for me, it is having to make plans to do the things that I need to do. It's the structured schedule. I get up in the morning, I take my shower, I make my bed, I take the dogs out, I feed myself and the family, and I feed the dogs. And at the end of the night, it's the same way. I take my meds, I get ready for bed. But if I don't do those things in the order that my brain tells me I need to, something's going to go wrong. I have to adapt my schedule to me in order for me to get the things that I need. But that also means taking the time to communicate to my family and friends that in order to meet my needs, I have to do things a certain way. For the longest time, my husband and I disagree with how chores should get done. I am of the mindset that I cannot relax until everything's done. Where he is, he will relax and get to it when he gets to it. How do you solve that? Neither of them are wrong, but my brain can't slow down until I check off everything on the list. So tonight, instead of sitting here and having this long conversation with you guys and writing an extensive journal post, I'm going to do something for me. I am going to go to bed. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to get up tomorrow and start the day fresh, making the healthiest choices for me, which in turn makes the healthiest choices for my family. So just remember, today is another page in your story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your bite of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.